Hi everyone, hello and welcome to our premiere. So today I want to show you a couple of things really, but this first one I'm going to use some Timmy papers, and so therefore it's going to go in the Timmy baskets. But this itself is not Timmy, this is from Witchcraft You Do, and it is a freebie. We all love a freebie. It's on the Facebook page called We Play With Paper and Glue, I think. I'll put a link down below to it so you can go there and you can find this freebie. I think it's wonderful. It's kind of botanical, which is just up my street. I love it. This background here, it's just beautiful, isn't it? It's just a sort of ombre wood effect, I think. It's really nice, but I'm not going to be using that today. I'm just going to be using this one. So unless you've got a scan and cut, there's quite a bit of fussy cutting to do, and I have actually cut two sets out, so I'm all fussy cutted out for the moment, but I'm going to show you the project that I'm going to make. Right, so what I've done is I've used one of the Timmy pieces out of the backdrops, number 5. It's the green one with this sort of map. I don't quite know where it's a map of, but it's a map. And what I've done is I've cut 2 inches off the top, so this now measures 8. And I've cut the remaining bit, which is 6 inches wide, in half. So this is now measures 8 by 3. You can cut it to any size you fancy, any size that's right for your journal that it's going to go into, or you know, that you think you would use in the future. Yes, that's all right. Let me get a cutting board, because I'm going to make this into, well, either a bookmark, well, it could be a bookmark, a belly band, or a side tuck pocket. Once it's made, you can decide what you want it to be. So I'm just going to take my Timmy ruler and draw some lines in. I'm going to leave 1/2 inch on every side. So I'm going to line that up at 1/2 inch and draw a line on the reverse. Is the best way, I think. So you want it fairly square. And then I want a piece in the middle. So we know this measures 8. I'm sure this is made for right-handed people, this ruler. So I'm just going to get that lined up there and put a mark at 4 and another mark somewhere else at 4. It's going to be quite hard to see this, I think. Right, so we've got a line at 4, but I can't actually see the other one, so I'm going to line it up square with the Timmy ruler. Right, but we can't just leave that thickness. I'm going to make it 1/2 inch, the same as what I've got round the sides. So that's the centre, so I need 1/4 inch on each side. And this is kind of hard to see because of the map. So same thing on the other side. There. And now we've got our cutting lines, so now I can cut that out. So I'm using my, I think it came from a DIY shop, this actually. And one side of your Timmy ruler has got a steel rule in, and the other side hasn't. So don't use the other side, the chamfered edge. Use the side with a steel rule in, otherwise you'll cut through your ruler and it'll be all not good. So right from that corner down to where those lines cross over, the first of the lines that goes over, and down there to the end. I don't know how straight that was. Don't think it was terribly straight, but it will be okay. That's going there. So same thing, up to this top corner. Way, that's not helpful, is it? Up to this top corner and down to that first line, and then from this, well, third line it is, down to the bottom, like that, and then across at all the. But because we've drawn the lines in, we can see where we have to stop. That's why I put the lines in, otherwise I can't quite determine where I've got to stop, where the corners are. So I'm going along all of these. And they should be loose. Time will tell. Let's have a look and see. Is anything falling out? Not really. Oh, that's not bad. It's pretty much done. And this one. It's nearly falling out. I'll just go back in with my knife and just tidy that up a little bit. There we go. Right, so keep those because those are useful remnants. So yeah, there's the 2-inch strip that I cut off the top, and then these are remnants. So keep them all. Remnants are useful things. So there we have it. There's our frame. And put that blade away. So I'm just going to ink around that and I'll be straight back. There we are, I've inked around that, got rid of the cutting board, and I found this paper, well, card, I guess, card really, in a remnant drawer that I've got. I bought at some stage in the past from one of the paper mills here, Paper Mill Direct, a box of offcuts. And this was in the offcut box. In fact, there was loads of them. So I use them for backing tags and things like that. It's just really nice. So what I want to do is cut this off just slightly less than this frame that I've got. So I'm just going to move it outside at the bottom and outside at the top, and just draw a line there and a little line there. And that will give me something to put in behind that frame. Oh, I've had a clean up. We've had a real clean up, and I've swapped desks, and I've got all my chopping boards, guillotines, whatever you want to say, along in front of me now, and it's just a bit weird at the moment. So there we are, they're remnants too. Just check we've got that. I bet that's allowed, isn't it? Sorry. Right, yeah, that's going to go there perfectly. So just get that lined up where you want it. Hold it like that. And what we're going to do is draw a line around the inside of the frame so we kind of know where we're going. Don't press on, you want it really light. Whoops, I did not want that. Is my rubber in here? There we go, that's fine. So I've got my backing card with very lightly marked thingies, borders, I guess they are. So I've got some bits here that I've already fussy cut. In fact, I have fussy cut all 2 pages, and you get 2 of these large mushrooms, toadstools, whatever they are, and you get 2 small ones. But I think I just want 1 in the background. So I'm just gonna, I've inked around them because they were fussy cut. They were just a little bit untidy, so I've inked around them. we'll stick those on fairly centrally in that panel. More towards the top than the bottom, but centrally widthwise, like that. Lovely. And you can put them any which way around you like. Does not matter. When I saw this freebie kit, I was like, oh yes. So I immediately contacted Kerry and said, Kerry, congratulations on a lovely kit, but we need more. And she said, oh yeah, everybody's saying that. So with a bit of luck, she'll design one. Because it's botanical, but it's jolly, if you know what I mean. Right, so what I'm going to do now is, I've forgotten something. Never mind, be what it'll be. I meant to stamp on the backgrounds there, but I forgot. Forgot all about it. That's what you get for chit-chatting. But I am going to stamp on this, and I'm going to use my Tim Holtz. Whoops, there goes the ink pad. My Tim Holtz stamps, and just see what I've got as I come to it. Shipment collect, that can go along. And I'm doing this before I stick it onto there, just in case, you know, I go over or anything like that. It's not going to wreck it. And I'm using my yoga mat. Use a stamping, you know, foam stamp if you want to. Stamping mat, I mean. Or an old mouse mat actually will do the job. So I'm going to put that there. Lovely. And just keep going round it till I've got everything in that I want in. Just a matter of seeing what fits where, really. I've got lots of little ones here. Let's get them out, have a look, see what they are. Destination. Let's make that the one along the bottom, shall we? Centrally along the bottom. Lovely. And you don't really have to press on too hard with text stamps. You can kind of jigger them up a bit, really, if you do. I want something in here. I'm just going to use those little numbers. Get out, get out. There we go. And with the stamping, the sponge, if you've got ink along the bottom of your stamp, it'll come out. So I recommend that you don't have any ink on. Oh, that's not going to stick. Thought we were doing rather well getting things to stick. Put this up here. That's fine. You use whatever stamps you've got and it'll be fine. It'll be great. Ooh, 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 ooh. Got a bit of a gap there at the top. What am I going to put in there? See what I can find. I don't know. I don't know what I've got. Got that little one. That would do. That'll do nicely. So you see, I'm not overly being selective. Just finding stamps that fit, really. I've got two sets of stamps in here, you know. Oh, that's quite a nice one. Let's use that one. Let's put some glue on it because it doesn't want to stick. really need to wash this stamp block. It's filthy. It's absolutely filthy. Lovely. So just need something that will go down there. How about tag number? That'll do it. It's one of my favourite stamps of all, actually. This tag number 1, I really like it. What am I going to put there? Baggage collection. Yeah, baggage check room. Doesn't really make much sense. Oops. But it doesn't have to make sense. It's on the wrong side. Perfect. Perfectly perfect. Will that one fit there or not? Just about, I think. Just about. Yeah, perfectly actually. So we just need something for here then. What can it be? Must have some more numbers somewhere. Some more numbers. Just little ones. There's one. Oh, there's 2 actually. Let's use that one. Lovely. And something titchy for there. Oh, there's a little T. A little T in a circle. That'll do me. Yeah, that's fine. So I've stamped all the way around there, just randomly, anything that comes to hand. I think a lot of these are from the field notes. Some might be from correspondence. I'm not sure. There's a lot. Mostly probably field notes. Do I need this anymore? No, I don't think so. Pop that to one side then. So what's going to happen is that is going to go over there. But I would dearly like some acetate just to make them, look at my fingers, and I've just washed them as well. Just to make them look like windows. A bit more special. So I've got some acetate here. What I use is what I can get hold of quite cheaply, which is this overhead projector transparency film. It says for plain paper copiers, so I guess you could print on it, but I don't know that I ever have. I think I might have done once actually. Mr. F got it from a charity shop, Oxfam, and it was $1.99, and there's loads in there, so that's great. Oh, I've got inky marks. Hopefully they'll be covered. So I want this just to go around the outside, and I'm going to mark it with a fine liner because that will make a mark, whereas a pencil and stuff it won't make a mark you can see. So let's chop this off. And that. Lovely. Put that in. Try and be quieter. So now I just want to go around just the outside of that pencil line that we put in. And of course along the middle as well. Oh, I wish I hadn't put finger marks on there, but I think we'll be alright. I don't think we're going to see those by the time I've finished. Lovely, so that's my glue around the outside of those frames that we drew in with the pencil. And then this can just go there, just over that glue. Lovely. And then, as always, I'll just tell you again, always smudge your paper down from the inside out, because you don't want that glue coming into the acetate. Right, there we go. So that's looking nice now. So this now needs to get stuck down. So let's do just that. And these are really useful because you can use them as I say, as belly bands or a side tuck pocket on either side. So you're not limiting yourself with this. It's just a nice piece of ephemera to have. Especially if you're making like a Tim Holtz botanical type thing. Because I know that these flowers, etc., are not Tim Holtz, but the rest of it is. Well, the rest of it, the paper and the stamps, that's what's Tim Holtz. Oh, so not that much really, I don't suppose. So there we go, that's fine. Now the lines that we've put around the frame, they need to now be observed, so stick your frame on to match those lines that you put in. Which is about there, I think, like that. Lovely. And you can see that the backing paper is just a tiny smidgel short, which is great. That's lovely. Right, okay. So now let the fun commence. The decorating. So, all the pieces from the kit, and there are many, and I've decided to not use the butterflies on this one. The labels come in 2 sizes, so I'm going to use those, and I'm just going to put one down here, and another. I have inked around all these to save you the agony of watching me ink. That one down there. Then I'm going to get the flowers come with these 3 leaves attached, so I am going to put that there, and I'm going to get another, this one, put that there, I think, just so it's not sticking out the edge, otherwise it'll get tatty, it'll start to look tatty. That probably wants to come in a little bit. Now you could put that over this label or under it. I think over looks a bit better. So like that. And then I want one of the small flowers. So this one. I'm just going to pull that right up to there. And you see, you can't really see anything of that label now. It's gone. And just these 2 leaves there. So that's pretty. And then on the bottom I'm going to get the big blue flower and put it there. There possibly, yep. And get the smaller blue flower. Like that. Which has hidden my dirty finger marks, fortunately. And somewhere there should be a couple of leaves that I've inked these ones, so let's, yeah, they go there, don't they? I forgot about those. Yeah, they go there. And then I just want a couple of leaves down here at the bottom. I felt pretty certain I'd inked those, but maybe not. I can't see any inked leaves. There are quite a lot of leaves in this kit, which is brilliant. Saves you having to keep printing and reprinting. So let me just run some ink around those. It depends how good at fussy cutting you are, really. I'm not bad, but I'm not Olympic level. Right, there we go. And they can just slide into there. Up a bit, up a bit. To there. We haven't got the room on this one to come so far down, so it's a bit more crowded. But that looks okay, I think. Right, start gluing those down then. I've lost some pieces I don't know where I've put them. Don't know where they are. I've got a number 1 somewhere. Number 1, where are you? Ah, here you are. Right, there we go. Let's start gluing. So, sleeves rolled up for this bit. First one to put down, I think I can remember that actually, is the little label. There are big labels as well that come in a kit, so make your own mind up which you want to use. And the next thing is this, but I want to be careful because I've got some leaves to tuck under it. Everything we seem to do these days is a blooming collage. So I'm going to bring that down like that, and then get my other 3 leaves before I stick that down completely. And pop that in behind it, like that. I think that's okay. Let's get everything, all of that lot stuck down. Then I've got my little flower and my 2 leaves. So I'm going to stick the 2 leaves down first. Leave that flower in situ so I can see where these leaves need to go. Don't think you can go wrong with this kit. It's so pretty. Anything you do to it's going to look nice. So that's just going into there like that, and then we'll just stick this down. That's the top part done. Well, apart from the number 1 that I want to stick on it, which also come in a little kit. Just about there, like that. Marvellous. So that looks pretty. I'm just going to take my number 1 label and pop that up there, just like that. Fabulous. Is that straight? Not so as you'd notice, no. That's better. There we go. Right, so let's tackle this one then. So the first one I need, well, the first one I need is the label. Let's put that same place but opposite. You can't really see it, as you can see, but we know it's there. Right, so I want some glue on this. Mr. F's busy today. He's fixing our washing machine. So this comes down to that corner, like that. And I'm not going to stick it on any more than that until I get these 3 leaves in behind it. And see where exactly we want those. Which is about there, I think. Ooh, in just a... that's alright, that's fine. Just don't want it overhanging that edge. So stick all of those down. Lovely jubbly. Oh, I've done this the wrong way around. Oh well, it is what it is. These 2 leaves need to go down. I meant to do it diagonally, but it doesn't really matter. Got a lot of glue there that I don't want. And then just stick this little flower on. Just there, lovely. And I'm going to stick number 2 on that. Which if I'd built that the right way on that side, it would have gone on the other side, but it's alright. So we'll pop that there. Let's just make sure we get that straight. There we go. So yeah, that's it. Simple as. It's all thanks to the beautiful kit. I mean, it just looks really nice, doesn't it? What a lovely side pocket that would be, or belly band. Here's the one I did earlier. I did actually remember to do it that way, but I don't think it spoils it. I like it. I love the mushrooms in the background. I love the acetate windows. See, on this one, I did actually remember to stamp before I stuck the mushroom on. But either way, I mean, it looks nice. So that's that section. I shall be back in a minute to carry on with the second bit. So get chatting. That's me typing. I'll see you soon. Right, so let's move on with the second little piece that I want to show you. And once again, it's a kit from Witchcraft You Do. This one is a freebie, totally free. I realise you've got to pay to print it for ink and paper, but the actual digital itself is totally free, and it's on their website, witchcraftyoudo.com. So if you go to digital downloads, I think it's called, you'll see this. I think it might be the June giveaway. And there's just 2 pages to it. This first one is the shape of file folders, which you could print out on card, and then you'd have perfectly good file folders ready to go. And the second page, look at this. This is the interesting one. So we've got photograph labels. We've got kind of labely labels that have got names in them and places from where they're from. In France, I know. And the photographs, 2, 4, 6, 7 photographs, and they're all so usable. This guy looks a bit dodgy, doesn't he? Dodgy haircut. 4 larger labels, then the nice little bits. These are the signatures of whoever, but obviously you can make them into the signatures of these people. Then 2 sort of stamps, you know, round stamps. And then these that say identification, confidential, private, archived, documentation, import. And then numbers, and they're really thin. 3 smaller labels, and then these, a lot of reference numbers. It says ref, and then the number, and this that says remarks and notes. It's so useful, this kit, so useful. So what I did with mine was I have cut out one of them, I cut that one out, and I stuck it onto the back of one of the Timmy number 5 backdrop set. So that's where we're up to at the moment. This is what I've done, cut that out, stuck it onto the back of there. I really like this colour, I think it's just gorgeous. And there we have a little file folder. So let's move on from there. I just want to fold this down that line that's suggested by the ink. And so just get that on there, fold that up a little bit, and get your bone folder in there. So I can still see the inky line whilst folding it up like this, which was a nice little trick I learnt from Rini. And then we can fold that over. Now Timmy has an awful habit of cracking. He really absolutely does. But if he does, down the spine, well, he does. We'll just put some, it's just starting to crack there, but it's not major at the moment. But it might be in a minute when I push it down. And if it does crack, we'll put some washi down the spine. That's not bad at all, you know, that's all right. I'll definitely get away with that. Okay, right, so now I want to stamp. I want to stamp on the inside. Had a bit of a brain block then. Not for the first time in my life. So where are my stamps? Here they are. This is my frequently used set of stamps. Just got to be careful what I use here. I don't think that's going to fit on, no. I've got this illegible text. Let's use it, but I'm going to have to take it off the stamp block because I don't want it all over. And I'm going to try and use this, that's off this stamp. That's no good. No good at all. So let's get what's now a pretty dry wet wipe. It's been a wet wipe too long. And just see if I can get some of that excess ink off there. Some of the excess ink off me. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Okay, that's not too bad. I've known worse. Okay, so I'm going to have a little test go. If I had any paper anywhere. I'll just, no, I don't really want to use that. Here I've got this, what's that? Yeah, let's use the back of that. I just want to see what colour this comes out really. It's called Pebble. And I just want something in the background. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. That would just fall into the background nicely. So let's ink it up. Like I say, I don't want it everywhere. Just little bits and pieces. It's looking nice. I think that's fine. That's all we need. Just a bit of something in the background. And yikes, that's messy. I didn't buy this Adirondack. Came with one of Mr. F's gigantic multi-hauls that he buys sometimes. Let's put that away and see. Yeah, I think that's all right. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is take one of the labels that says photograph. Come here. Come here. See which colour I fancy. Quite like the darker ones, I think, for this. So I'm going to put that there. So I'm just going to quickly swizz around it with some ink. Like that. And try and get that central-ish. About there. About there's looking good to me. There we go. So, that about it. Let's have a look. I think that's all right. Well, it better be now because it's stuck down. Oh, my foam dauber's falling apart. Already, so soon. Right, so the next thing I need to do is let that dry, really. I can't proceed until that is absolutely bone dry. So I'm going to leave it. There's no way around it. I just have to leave it. So I'll see you soon when that's dry. Right, well, I think that's dry. I hope it is. Time will soon tell. I'll get my cutting board out. And what I want to do now is cut out that inner line there. So I'm going to leave the frame that says photo, and I'm going to cut, hopefully, around it with this. I've got a new blade in my cutter. Hopefully it should work nicely. It's probably easier to do it that way, actually. So I'm not going to put a whole lot of pressure on this. I'd rather do several passes, because I know if I do put pressure on, if it's not properly dry, it's just going to wrinkle the paper up. And how do I know this? Because I've done it. Because I've done it, of course. So several light passes, and we'll see where we are. Ooh, it's quiet in here. It's like tense. The tension. This is actually a really easy little thing to make, but it's made by the wonderful kit. Hooray. Took a jolt there for no reason. Right, let's see if we've got any of that done. No, none of it at all. So let's go back round. Does feel a little wet there, actually. Is that cut? Yeah, that's cut. Yeah, I think it was a little wet, but I think we can get away with it. We will get away with it one way or the other. I don't know what the other way is yet. That cut. just about. Yeah, look at that. We're motoring now. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Just this one then. Then we might need to do some remedial work. But no, it's all right. Look at that. It's fine. It's got little bits like that bit there that I could live without. So I'm just tidying it up. If you leave this till it's dry, you won't have any of these problems. This is because I was too impatient to get the video done. I think that's okay. Maybe a teensy bit raggy there, but now it's not. Perfect. Oh, I say perfect, is it? Is it perfect? It's not far off. Right. So I've got that little bit which really isn't any use to me, so I'm going to bin it. Otherwise it'll kick around on my desk forever. I think I've finished with the cutting board, and I'm just going to keep this extremely simple. First thing I'm going to do, however, is ink around the inner part of the aperture that we've just made. There we go. Right. Lovely. So now we can proceed. So what I want now is something down here, and that's probably just going to be one of these tiny little labels. And this one says identification, so it couldn't really get any better. That's perfect. It's got a little bit there that's going to annoy me. So let's just ink that a little bit and glue that down. Come on, glue, you were working a while ago. Now I've got way too much. Upside down. So yeah, just about there. But there's loads of things you could do with this kit. Loads. I'm just showing you really easy stuff. Now that says identification, which I really like because this is a guy's photo. Well, it's not yet, is it? Because he's not in there, but you know what I mean. I keep seeing bits of this that's annoying me. Oh, I need to ink around the inside as well. I forgot about that. Forgot about that. There we go, that's fine. Right, so when that folds over like that, we need to see the guy or girl's photograph behind. So let's have a look at what we've got. There we go. I've I've used one, so I've got however many, 6 I think left. I don't like the look of him. He looks a bit crabby. Quite like the man with the bowler hat, but I think she's going to win it. Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to stick her onto the back like that, but I'm going to ink around her, and I also want her on a bit of a skew. I don't know why, I just do. Because sometimes in these identification sort of passport, work passes, whatever, you know, they're done quickly and sometimes they are on a bit of a skew. So I'm going to glue the back of her and then stick her down from the front. Kind of like that. So lift that up, stick her down. Yay, she looks great. Yeah, that's brilliant, like that. Now what I'm going to do is, you may remember a little while ago now, I showed you how to make aged packing tape, faux aged packing tape. I'm just trying to find it now. I don't know where it is. Right, tracked it down. Here it is. So I just used sellotape and then coloured it with alcohol inks. And I've got this these lighter ones here and the darker ones, but it's a darker one I'm interested in today. So I don't want a whole big piece like that. So I'm just going to split the end and tear it and see what I get. Oh, well, that's not big enough. But I'm going to save it because it might be big enough for something at some stage. Oh, that tore off onto my scissors. Is that too big? No, I think that might be all right if I just kind of tear it there. Okay. So I'm just going to stick the top corner of her down like that. Do I need all of that? Yeah, I think I probably do. I quite like that. It just adds a bit of age, bit of interest, bit of authenticity. That end doesn't want to lie flat, so I'm just going to trim it off. Oh, here's Catkin at the window again. Honestly, can't decide today whether to be in or out. We've got a set of drawers that you pull by, you know, it goes along flat and then there's a little divot in it and you pull it at the divot, and he's worked out that he can pull that by the divot and get into what's in the drawers. So that's what he's been doing this morning. He's been pulling all the drawers out so as he can actually climb in himself and inspect whatever's in there. He can be really nosy, the nosiest. So let's find a name that looks like it might be a lady's name. Samuel Adams, no. J. Belcher, that could be her. I don't know what that says. I don't know what that says. But it looks quite nice there. I don't want it on show there, so that's all right. Yeah, let's ink around that. Ink, ink, ink. My desk was crystal clear the other day, only 2 days ago. And it's certainly not now, but never mind. All in a good cause. Right. So about there, I think. Does that look square? Looks square to me. Lovely. That's that. Then I want a little number or something down here. So let's put those to one side, these to one side. Oh, I've got a word there that says important. That might be quite nice there. That just fits perfectly. Let's do that. Looks like it's inked as well, so win-win. Obviously meant to use it for something else, didn't get used. There we are. Excellent. So when you close that, you see the important, you see the identification and photograph. Open it up, there's a signature. And there's only one thing left, I think, to do. And I'm going to use a little round stamp that says enclosure, like she's got a ticket to an enclosure. Sounds like we're at Royal Ascot. I mean, in fact, we might be. Where you get into the, I don't know what it is, the enclosure, where the winners come. I don't know. Might be talking complete tosh.
That'd be called the winner's enclosure then.
Oh yeah, the winner's enclosure. Yeah, thanks, Mr. F. So I'm going to stamp, should I say, over the photograph and over a signature. And I want to see a little bit of it from the front, so I'm going to move it up to there. Stamp, stamp, please work, stamp, stamp. Sometimes when you're stamping over different levels, and I've got 3 here, it doesn't come out completely right, but oh no, that's fine. That is okay. You see what I mean? It kind of misses this step up, but that's okay. So you can see that from the front, which is exactly what I wanted. Now I have the question of, do I want to use this bigger stamp there? I might actually. I just jolly well might. I'm just going to put a piece of something down and just stamp that there. Perfect, that's fine. That's all that needs. Let's put the red ink away, which is archival Carnation Red. It's a lovely red. I did try several reds actually before I hit on that one, which I think is a really good red. And that is all I'm doing to that. So on the back you've got some journaling. That's what it looks like on the front. I really like it. And of course I've already done one, which is this one. So this is, it's got a stamp on the front and slightly different. I had to put washi down this one because it was cracking. And I've stamped much more heavily on the inside, but I have left the back blank. So that would just tuck into a little pocket, wouldn't it, in a journal? You need to leave these, excuse me, under a heavy book or something overnight because they don't want to lie flat. But they will lie flat eventually, especially if they were in a book page. So there you go. I hope you like them. I'm going to put them in my basket. Well, one of them in my basket, one in the other one. Which one shall I put in? I'll put the lady in. So this is what we've got in the basket so far. The one we've just made. The one we made a little while ago. I like that. It's nice, isn't it? Very nice. It's got some text on it, but it doesn't matter because you'll be using it either as a belly band or as a page tuck. So either way, it doesn't matter that it's got stuff on the back. It's not ideal, but it won't matter. Our little plant pot with a, I don't know what it is, bay tree or something in it, and a little bow. Very nice. The little coin envelopes that we made. Brown one and a red one. Opens up And it's got quite a gusset in there, so you could tuck all sorts of things in there. Maybe when we come down to the end and we're using the scraps of the backdrops paper, then we'll find something to put into there. That's those two. Then this one. That was our first outing. And we made that not using no Tim Holtz paper, just to, in case somebody wanted to play along but didn't have the papers yet. So that's nice, I like that one. Yeah, plenty of journaling. And then this one, I think we made this last week. Yeah, pretty sure we did. And I like that one too, it's lovely. So yeah, all in all, we've got some nice things going on. So there we are, there we have it. So don't go away, because I'll be straight back with the collage. Right, so we're on to the collage section of the premiere. I just thought I'd have a quick look through the book and see the collages we've done, what was successful, what wasn't quite so successful. There's all our prompts. So this was the first one, and I do like it. I just wish that these pink flowers had been a bit more prominent. But I like it. I like the tag at the top. Yeah, that's okay. This one, not looking at that one yet. Yeah, this one I do quite like. I like the way that we use the packaging. I've put threads underneath there to give a bit of tension and a bit of texture, and a bit of lace. And I like the numbers. Yeah, it's quite subdued, but I do like it. This one, yeah, this has got a lot about it, I think. I really like the reds going all the way through it. Yeah, like that. I think that's successful. Like the fabrics, this one here and this one at the bottom. This one, I'm still very much undecided on this one. Really don't know. I think it works, but it's not sitting comfortably with me at all. This one we haven't got around to doing, I don't know why. This one, I like this one. It's nice, works well, it's complementary. Yeah, I love the colour of the leaves we've chosen. I like the tags with the strings through. Yeah, like that one, that's a success. This one, well, I just love it. I just really love it. I love the frames. I love this massive big flower that we've got. You are a work of art. It's everything about that I really like. Yep. This one, well, we had the grayscale background, didn't we? So we were, yeah. I like it though. I love what we did to the inking up the background. It's really lovely actually. It's a nice way to transfer your ink onto a page, that I think. Yeah, the little peeps from Witchcraft You Do. Well, everything I think is from Witchcraft You Do. The little labels, yeah, like that. This one looks a bit naked. It all drops away here a little bit. Could have done with something else there, I think. But you know, you live and you learn. This one, no, I'm not altogether convinced that's successful. Not really. There's some nice elements on it, you know, the reverse die cut. I like the labels, but no, it's kind of not my thing. This, however, that we did last week, I think is a very successful collage. And some of you, the ones who've been putting up in the group, you've really embraced this. So thanks for that, because I know, well, for me anyway, it wasn't the easiest at all. But I think it's successful. I really like it. Yeah. So that brings us on to today, which is this, which is a blank sheet of paper. So let's make a background. So what I've looked out is some book pages. That one's been used as a glue sheet, so a couple of book pages. I've got some music in this music book. Plenty of music. Plenty. I've looked out these that I bought from Ali ages ago, and yeah, they're really thin. It's kind of washi paper, I think. There's loads of them. Some are postcards, some are kind of like letters, but they're all fairly illegible, apart from this, which says Miss Katharina Dirks, Lone Ridge, wherever Lone Ridge is. So yeah, I've looked those out. I think they could come in useful. I've also looked out this, which is a book someone bought me some good while ago, 2-3 years ago now. I've actually never used it, but it's perfect. Look at all these adverts that it's got in it. They're just perfect, aren't they? So, just in case you're interested, it's called Advertisement Ephemera Collection, 18 sheets. That's pretty much all it says. But inside it says Dorothy, D-O-R-O-T-H-E, designer and fellow crafter. So it looks like it's her book, but it's not for... Oh. Copyright 2019, published in Germany. Oh, it's from an Etsy shop. Ilopa Online. I-L-O-P-A Online. I've no idea if she's still selling it. I would imagine she probably is. But it is just pages and pages of adverts. Perfect. Right, so let's get cracking then. So I'm thinking possibly book page first. And I'm going to get my tear ruler. Wrong drawer. And just begin ripping. So I want that border off there. That wasn't very straight, was it? And off the bottom. I'll get this straighter because I've got lines to follow. And off here. Let's do it to the edge of the lines. And the top, and then we'll see what we've got left. So it's another rainy day here. I'm sick of it now. I'm officially sick of it. So that can go kind of there, right up to... I think I'm going to ink the edge of this actually, because I think you might see little bits of it. So let's get that inked up. I'm coming quite far into the page because I don't know where our pieces are gonna start and finish. It's just copier paper, this, just quite thin. 90 GSM it is. I wish we could have one day that just wasn't rain. Everywhere's absolutely saturated and there's nowhere for the water to go, so it's coming over the road. And just... Oh, Okay, I'm just going to tear this in 3. Not for any reason. Just randomly tear it. I'm going to tear that there, and then I'm going to tear this in about half. Okay, so we've got ourselves some book page, and I want some music paper. See if I can find one without the blue one. That hasn't got much blue on. So yeah, this is lovely and soft. It must be quite an old book. 4 shillings it was, so that was pre-1971. Yeah, for the Newcastle upon Tyne Bach Choir, 9th season, 1923 to 24. So it's quite old, isn't it? Quite old, like myself. So I'm going to tear that along there because I don't really want that blue line. I wouldn't mind if it was pencil or something, but I don't really like the blue. So let's just tear off that. I'm going to keep the treble clefs this time because someone was upset last time that I tore them off, so I'm going to keep them. Whoops-a-daisy. It's got a little bobble there that I need to tear off like that. And keep all the music that I can. Don't want to upset anyone. Right, so they can go there. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is tear it not quite in half, like that, and then along there. And this, I can promise you, is totally random. It's just wherever my ruler lands. So there's some music paper. Then we've got these postcards, but they are in different colours, so I think that's a nice light one there. That's quite light as well. Oh, I like that because I like the markings on it. Let's use that. Let's use it. There's loads in here. I don't know if it says how many. 30 pictures, 80 sheets. That's it, 80? 60 sheets. Antique paper. Yeah, can't argue with it. So let's tear it down here. And down here, I'm kind of looking to preserve the bit that says postcard. And then along there. There we go. So that's that. And then I've got my advertisement book. So, look at the back of the sheets as well. It's beautiful, isn't it? I quite like that one. It's quite light. Direct importers of groceries, provisions and wines. Who could ask for anything more? Groceries and provisions. Wines you can kind of keep for me, but I like the sound of groceries and provisions. So I'm going to try and tear that off along there. And then try and... oh, it's a little unwieldy. Try and tear it off there. I think that's alright, needs a little bit of tidying up, but it's not too bad. And what else do we have? Well, loads. Absolutely any of them would be fine. Oh, these are quite pale. Let's see what we've got here. Let's go with that one. It's a big one at the top. I don't think I need any more than 2, to be honest. So just gather your bits up, whatever bits you've got. Just to make a background. And I mean, we've got enough here to make several backgrounds, but that's okay. That is okay. So let's just keep those in their piles and see where I need to tear this. Just a little bit up this side. Just being careful when there's only a little bit along the top. This is a very little bit. Let's see if I can get hold of it. I'm going to get my nails done this afternoon. They're long overdue needing done. I'm going to have to try and get that off. There we go, that's fine. And this one, yeah, it needs a bit off the sides as well. I don't know what colour I'm going to get. I quite fancy like a French manicure. So the tips of my fingers are white, if you know what I mean. But we'll see, I might get seduced by the pretty colours that she's got. But I couldn't really have a French manicure the last time because my nails weren't long enough. But I think they're long enough now. Right, let's throw these little scrappy bits away, and we've got all that we need here to build our collage. Okay, well, let's just start at the beginning. So I'm going to put this book page down the bottom. Some music page, just checking that's the right way up. There. Bit of postcard, maybe down here out the way. Down there, like that. I think we'll be alright. So I need some thinner bit. Thinner bit. I don't have a thinner bit, so I'll just use a thicker bit. Down over there, like that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Then some book page. Come on, in you go. That's it. And then a piece of this. Is that going to go right to the top? Oh yes, look at that. Look at that. Then a piece of music. The right way round would be good. In there. And then possibly a bit of postcard. Like that. So there we have a very nice background actually. But I've got my 2 adverts that I do want to use. Maybe I've only got room for one actually. I quite like that there. This is too big. kind of is with the postcard bit there. I like that better there. I think that's fine. I don't think we need any more. And you see how simple that comes together. And you could make an even simpler one than that if you wanted. You could just have basically book page with a little bit of music down the side. That would be a collage. It would be great. Okay, so I'll leave you now. I'm going to ink around all of those and stick them down. But it's just tedious, so I'll just do that off camera and come back to you for that. Right, so there we have it. It's all inked, it's all stuck down. I think everything's where it was. Some things may have moved a little bit, but I think it looks nice. Personally, I like the inking around it. You don't have to do that, of course. Now then, I thought we'd go back and visit the freebie from Which Craft Do You Do? And this time I'm going to use the butterflies. You might remember that on the giveaway sheet there's mushrooms, there's butterflies, flowers and loads of leaves. There's also these buggy people, but I don't think I'm going to be using them. And these lovely labels. It's really a really useful sheet. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be using, the butterflies and the leaves and such like. So I've kind of done a trial run really, just to save you having to watch me waffling on and on. So I've got two of the labels. I've got one in the tan shade, one in kind of greeny one. I've already inked around them. And I'm thinking kind of maybe like that, I don't know. A little bit further over that way. I've got two butterflies out. I've cut them out and I've inked around them. One blue and one orange. And I don't know, I think I want them straight up and down, I think. Kind of like that. Blue one up here. Maybe something like that. Then we've got the leaves. So I'm just going to drop them in wherever it looks like they need them, really. Those ones there. I've got three sets of three here. So let's just pop that one up under there. Perhaps. This one up under there. Getting quite close to this edge now. But that's okay. Just don't, if you're me, don't go over it because it's got to stick in a book and it'll get bent. And this one, do I need this one? Maybe. I like that, I just love the simplicity of that. And just that there. I think that's all right myself. It's very easy, but it would be a lovely page in a journal. Or a nice, you know, if you stuck it into a journal and had it as a big pocket there, a big pocket here. Yeah, I think that's really nice. So, minor matter of sticking them down and getting them to look like that again. Oh well. You move up there, my dear. You come out of there. Let's start with you. I'm going to use wet ink because I just get in such a mess with dry ink. So yeah, you will find yourself covering up a lot of the work that you've already done on the background, but that, you know, that's all right. It's okay. And this one. This is a very, very simple collage. But I didn't want to make the collage on top too difficult for you that you'd shy away from it, because I really wanted you to spend some time doing the background. So that's that there. I think that was kind of where it was. It's near enough. Then this one. Mr. F's in full F mode. He's fixing the washing machine. Good job he knew what was wrong with it, because I mean obviously I have not got a clue. So I'm just going round these, sticking them where I think they need to go. Has to be said, that little botanic sheet that Kerry and Renee have come out with, it's just gorgeous. So many possibilities from one sheet. Can you imagine if she did a kit? She needs to do a kit. Don't you think? I think so. And then that kind of goes there. I think that's all right. So you can embellish this as much as you want. You don't have to use this kit at all, of course you don't. I'm just going to put that there. Is that square? Does that look square? I think so. Okay, so now we've got this one and its associated leaves. So I'll leave that on there while I stick on the leaves underneath. Sorry Judy, I didn't put the prompts up at the start. I have written them out, so I'll pause this at some stage and go and get them. These leaves are so useful. I'm seeing in my mind's eye like a bird's nest with a bird on top. Some of that moss that I used in when we did the little tree thing. And some of these leaves, I just think they'd be ultra useful. That's that. Then this. You can't not make a collage out of these, to be honest. It's like you've just got to use them. So I will put the link to the Facebook group below. Of course you'll have to join it, but I don't seem to remember even being asked any questions, to be honest. But you know, just be on the lookout in case you have to answer questions. And then you'll find it under the files section. Now some devices don't show it under the files tab, so I searched down the group until I found Kerry's listing saying she'd put it up. There we go, that's it. I'm really happy with that. I like it. It's so straightforward, so simple. Let's stick it in the book. Where are we? Here we are. Yeah, I can't think I'm ever going to look through the book and think that's not successful. I do really like that. It's right up my street. Okay, I'll get this stuck in. Little margin all the way around, which I quite like. Lovely. Yeah, lovely. That's it. That's it in place. I hope you like it. I'll just nip now and get the collage prompt list that I've written out. So bear with. So, yeah, here we are. These are the prompts for this week, which is week 11. Music paper, yeah. Book page, label. Now, you could argue these two are labels, but that definitely is a label, so I'm all right. And butterflies. That's in the plural, so more than one. I mean, if you get that little kit, you're laughing, because there's 3 in there straight off. But they're all different colours, so obviously if you want yours the same colour, you'll have to print multiples. But I kind of like the different colours. So that's it for this week, guys. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Next week, I'm ever hopeful that Mr. F will get Bob finished off, which I'm sure he will. He's just doing really useful stuff at the minute. Not that I'm saying finishing Bob isn't useful, that's not what I meant. But he's washer fixing, which is very useful to us. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. I can't wait to see what you make of this in the group, especially if you use this kit, because it's just lovely to use. And I'll see you through the week. Take care for now. Bye. Bye.